Hi, this is Diane Lovetobake, and what we're going to make is peanut butter chocolate chip deep dish skillet cookie. And this is a really, well, it's an easy recipe to make, and it comes out so cute, and it tastes fantastic. So let's get started. You can do this by hand mixer, of course, or stand. We're going to start off with a half a cup of butter, and I've had it at room temperature. And again, I've all cut it up into little pieces because I think it creams easier and a lot faster. So I'm going to put that on and start breaking up that butter. The next thing that you're going to be putting in is 2 tablespoons of applesauce, and that's going to be whatever brand that you prefer. Just 2 tablespoons of applesauce. I want to get that all out. I think this really makes the cookie very moist as well. Now once you start combining that and the butter and the applesauce is very smooth, you're going to be putting in brown sugar. And you're going to need 1/3 cup of brown sugar. And then again, just beat that all together till it's smooth. We're also going to be putting in 1/3 of a cup of granulated sugar. So beat that in. And you're going to be putting in 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Once you've got that combined, then we're going to add an egg. And I've had the egg at room temperature. And I'm going to pick up my speed a little bit because I want to really make sure everything is come together. Alright, the next thing that I've done is I took 1/3 of a cup of peanut butter, and I melted it in my microwave. I'm just going to start this on low. And again, it's whatever type of peanut butter brand that you prefer. I am using a creamy peanut butter, and that was 1/3 of a cup. And you don't have to get the peanut butter, really hot, just so that it's a bit liquidy, it's easier to work with. And then beat that in till it's really smooth. Okay. And I just want to clean up the sides here, and then I'll be able to show you what it looks like so far. Okay. Alright, here we go, and we'll let it beat for just a few seconds here. Alright, the next thing is now we have to combine our dry ingredients. So what you're going to do is you're going to be having and needing 1 cup of flour, all-purpose flour. You're going to be putting in a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. You're also going to be putting in a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then I'm just going to bring that all together here with my fork here. And then I'll start putting the flour in slowly so that it doesn't go all over the kitchen. And again, you don't want that peanut butter really hot because you just put a raw egg in there and you don't want to make scrambled eggs. So just put it in your microwave till it's a bit thinner in consistency. And then just beat this all together till you see it's really smooth and well combined. Okay, and that looks good. So I'm going to take my paddle off here. take off the excess, and then I'd like to show you what this batter looks like. Now, this cookie is going to be baked in the skillet, of course, at 350 degrees, and it can take you anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes. So do start checking them because early on, because as we know, all ovens set up differently, and that type of thing. So I have the cookie batter ready, but I'd like to show you that. There we go. Very smooth and very light in texture. Okay, now the last thing that we're going to put in, and we're going to need, of course, are our chocolate chips. So what we have is a half a cup of them, and I'm going to take only half of them out, about a quarter of a cup, and put those in the cookies. And then again, just bring them together. I'll put just a few more here. Again, that was a half a cup, and divide it into half. And I have my skillet ready. I went ahead and I sprayed it with an oil spray. So we're going to just put that cookie dough right into that skillet. I'm going to get that all out of there. It really makes her a good tasting cookie, especially if you like chocolate and you like peanut butter. I think you're really going to like this this cookie. So I want to take the excess off my spatula here. And then just with my butter knife, I'm just going to even this out into the pan so that, you know, one spot isn't thicker than the other, that kind of thing. All right, now take the excess off again. All right, and we'll set that aside for the moment. Now the rest of your quarter of a cup, just take it in your hand and then just sprinkle it as evenly as possible on the top of the cookie. Okay, like that. And again, it's going to go in your oven at 350. Now when it does come out of the oven, put it on a cooling rack for at least about 10 minutes. Because you want, you know, everything to cool down, the pan and the baked cookie, before you cut it, okay? So we'll set that aside. And I do have one to show you that has been baked up. And of course it is cool, or I certainly wouldn't be holding it in my hand. And there you have it, this beautiful, large, deep dish peanut butter chocolate chip cookie. What I did was, and it is optional, I took 2 ounces of milk chocolate, or you can use just the chocolate chips if you want, but I used 2 ounces of a milk chocolate bar with a half a teaspoon of shortening, and in a bowl, and then I microwaved it so it had a thin consistency, and then I just drizzled the top. Again, this is optional, you don't have to do that. What also is great with this is actually putting ice cream on top. Either right on the whole cookie and then cut it up individually for your guests, or, you know, of course, go ahead and cut it into slices, but great with vanilla ice cream, or really any you know, flavor ice cream that you prefer. So we'll cut that up, and I'm just going to take my knife and clean up the sides here, pull it away, and then we'll cut a piece out for you. Let me grab a little spatula here. Okay, if I can get that nice cookie out here without breaking it. Well, there we go. And there you have it, this beautiful deep dish peanut butter chocolate chip cookie. Give this recipe a try. It was a lot of fun to make, and it's great tasting. If you do make it and you like the recipe, leave a comment because I'd like to hear from you. And as always, thanks for watching, and please subscribe.